Good morning, everyone. This is Donnie Schwartz from Passover Listings, and we have a little over 3 months left to Pesach. So we got Pesach coming up in 3 months. I'd love to check out, what everyone's doing for Pesach this year. If you're going on a Pesach program, there's so many programs around the world popping out. Some new ones coming out actually as early as next week. So feel free to check out PassoverListings.com or reach out to us if you need a Pesach program and looking to go away. Joining us today on lovely Sunday morning. If you can jump on, it'd be great. And there he is, Rabbi Dovid Cohen from the Five Towns. So unlike many other interviews that we do with Pesach program operators and owners, this is the first one I think we've ever done with a Pesach guest, a Pesach traveler, really hearing kind of the real raw reviews and everything about all the Pesach programs. And luckily, David over here has been to many Pesach programs over his years. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Welcome, David. Thanks for jumping on.
Thank you so much, Donnie, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Terrific. So I think I mentioned, you've been around the horn. I think your father started out Pesach programs years ago at Doral Country Club. You've been a scholar in residence on many of these programs like, Majestic and Costa Rica and Mark David and VIP and Destinations and everything. First, let's back up even further, right? For those who are looking for a Pesach program, right? There's over 100 programs. It's a daunting task. It's a lot of work, a lot of research. What do you do, right? How do you find the program? How do you narrow it down? What's your kind of secret sauce of narrowing a Pesach program down every year?
So, look, I think everybody's situation is unique. Everybody's budget is different. Everybody has different family considerations. We're blessed with, today we have 6 children. It wasn't always that amount of kids at different times, but clearly there's different variables. I know in our family, we like to see different places, different exotic locations. We were in Panama for Pesach. We were in Cancun for Pesach. So if there's an opportunity, again, on some level, I'm kind of an employee of Pesach programs. So there has to be kind of a mutual interest. They have to be interested in having us. But from our perspective, we're always looking to meet new people, see new places, have new experiences.
Would you not go away for Pesach if you weren't working the program as a scholar in residence though? Would you attend the program as a family this year, hypothetically, if you were, or would you rather stay home at that point?
We love to. I mean, again, it's a question of resources. A person has to be blessed with the ability to go on these programs. They're certainly not inexpensive. But be that as it may, because of the fact that I've basically spent almost every Pesach of my life, barring the COVID one, at a hotel and at programs, it's really just part of our psyche at this point. Which is something that we look forward to, and it's something that we enjoy, and it's just kind of something that, if we're able to do, we very much, would like to do. I appreciate not everybody feels that way. A lot of people want to stay home.
Right.
It's a different mentality.
So what you've been around the block on all these Pesach programs, like many of us, over the years have. What do you look forward to? What's like the top 2 things when you say, look, I'm looking, when I go on a program, I'm looking forward to this. What are those 2, 3 really big things that you look forward to?
So I think I'm unique in this regard. I'm a rabbi. I happen to like speakers in general. I like to learn from other speakers. So I don't think in most programs people, I don't think it's like the top 3 for most people is my sense. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, there's an opportunity to be exposed to other incredible scholars in residence. I know I've been able to build beautiful relationships with whether it's a Wall Street Journal reporter, whether it's a famed psychologist, whether it's other rabbis, whether it's like a Malcolm Hoenlein. I've been blessed to be able to be a co-scholar with many incredible people. So for me, I love to hear these people speak. I like to be able to interact. Building relationships with new families is something that's really meaningful. It's something that we look forward to. We like good food, like most people. So certainly the quality of the food, also good weather. So these are all things that we've had years where my wife was, Baruch Hashem, my wife was expecting and we couldn't really travel, and we went to local programs in those years. And again, you have to deal with your unique situation each year. But certainly, if we're able to go somewhere warm, where there's water and good weather, that's certainly up there for us.
So what I heard was there's this programming, you love the speakers, you love meeting new people, there's the weather, there's the food, of course, right? All of those combined kind of make your experience a wonderful experience for Pesach. Terrific.
100%, 100%.
So like, let's go to the programs itself, right? You've been around the block, you've been on many top-notch programs over the years, it seems, which is terrific. Which one would you say you had the best time at, right? And why, right? And which ones, I should say, and what are kind of like those little tidbits of information you could give people here who are now looking for Pesach programs to go on, right? That they should kind of maybe look into, like why, what kind of really stood out for you when you were either doing your research or you've actually attended a lot of these programs. So what really
Right.
kind of really stood out for these programs?
Right. Honestly, like we've never ever had a bad experience. Okay, we really have
Why?
never had no. Again, let's call a spade. Full disclosure: if you're not paying, to go on these programs, so you don't really have a right, to complain. And I certainly want to,
You
and I want,
you know, you could still have an opinion, right? I mean, you can still have an
yeah,
opinion saying, hey, look, it was a great program. Look, every program's gonna, look, is every program gonna be exactly how you want it? I don't know, right? I remember there's always little tidbits, but I understand it, right? You want to obviously be, you're not, right? You're not paying, right? You're going away as a scholars in residence, but if there's
no, so I'll say there's some that really stand out in our mind. They're actually not in those locations anymore, although those proprietors are still very much in business and are very successful. But in 2014, we went to the Diplomat Hotel, okay, with Stu Morgenstern with VIP and with Paul Glasser at
yeah,
the time. There was like a one time at the Diplomat. They didn't repeat it.
yeah,
I think Stu's going to be in San Diego this year,
yes.
but that was an amazing program. I mean, just like a tremendous attention to detail.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, really top notch in terms of food, quality of the crowd, just like really impressive people, wonderful people. That was a program that stood out in our mind. 2015, we were with Mark David in Naples. I think Mark David is in Mexico now.
Yep.
We grew up together in West Hempstead, so I know him well. Also, just very similar in terms of attention to detail, like incredibly high level of food, a high level crowd in terms of people, entertainment, etc. We went, Majestic did an amazing program. Again, a lot of these programs, this is interesting. Like they did Vegas one year. They always had Florida, and they did Vegas one year. So we happened to be in Vegas. I think it was like 2018, 2017. I remember exactly.
Hmm.
I remember it was 2018. Also, the program in Vegas was incredible. It was just it was a new. I had never been to Vegas at that time. It was late March.
There's not many of
What?
it. Yeah.
Not that much
There's
anymore
not,
in Vegas. Again, everybody's looking for different things. My sense of observing other people on these programs is it's a lot of big groups. It's a lot of opportunity for families to come together. People are just looking to be treated with great service, attention to detail, and I think the programs that are most successful really understand that and appreciate that. And when the proprietor is going out of his way, whether it's him, whether it's his staff, to really make people feel at home, comfortable, cared about, noticed.
I,
Look, people invest. Yeah.
one thing on the other hand, first off, I mean, kudos to you, be able to kind of go to these programs and enjoy them, right? Like VIP kosher tours, as you mentioned, that's in San Diego. You mentioned Mark David in Mexico, Majestic's now in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and you mentioned you've been to Panama and New York and all that stuff. I think attention to detail is the key, right? To being catered upon, right? I think there was one program operator, I forget who mentioned this to me, that, every single year the families, they just needed milk for the babies. So what he did, which was terrific, was he would put literally a fridge of milk in the lobby. And anytime they wanted to kind of go in, they do it. I mean, it's just all that little things that just kind of build up, but the more little things that really help people who are trying to go away. And that's kind of like where, you got to kind of talk to people like, yourself and talk to people who got away, right? To kind of really understand where those little nuggets
100%.
are from these programs.
Look, I've seen also the level of program has continues to go up and up and up. I mean, the amenities and the sensitivities, continues to go up. I'll give you a framework. Like growing up, so I mentioned my dad ran programs, and he was really a master operator. And during the Siddharim, my father would disappear. My mother and father would disappear for like an hour or two during the Siddur, which, if you can imagine, like for the family, for the kids, wasn't so easy. But my dad was like walking around to each private Seder, to
Yeah.
each take. Like he took his clients, like he knew who his clients were. He was in touch with them during the year. He went to their smachot. I mean, so that's, that I've heard this from feedback from people that have gone on programs where, I'm not mentioning any specific program, or they'll go and like nobody knew who they were. It's not that different from a shul. I was a shul rabbi for many years. I appreciate kind of like, the balabatim have to feel like, and they don't want to be annoyed either. Like you have to have the deftness and the deftness, not the deafness, but the deftness and the sensitivity and the skill to be able to, be there for people that you notice them and you're whatever they need.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no no. There's no no. You can't say no to people. You make things happen. I'm saying you figure out a way to make things happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful time to be, like you said, I think earlier, like be away with your family, be away with your friends. It's 10 days of pure bliss, right? Whether you're going to, like you said, you're going to Mexico with a handful of programs, or you're going to Colombia with Diamond Club, as an example. There's a new they're having a new destination there. Or you're going to Florida, or you're going to Europe, or Israel, or even Israel. I mean, there's still programs in Israel this year, which is terrific. So I think this year I think it's a time of unity too. I think a lot of people, at least what we've kind of experienced, that people are going away because not only they want to go away, but they want to be around other Jewish people and kind of feel that spiritual connection, which is amazing.
Yeah, I think. I'll tell you also. I mean, I think I've observed, and I study this space. I just happen to be very interested in it. So I hear from people feedback about different programs. I noticed you mentioned the program by Diamond, which is an amazing program, really top notch. They're doing it in Colombia this year. I saw that my good friend Eli Beer from United Hatzalah is going to be. The whole program is going to be there for part of the program.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be speaking. I think people also try. Certain operators are very skillful in terms of who they're bringing in as their speakers, special programs, special entertainment. Singers from Israel. I know people are trying to bring in. People have had Yishari Bo in recent years. People, Hanan Ben Ari, etc. It's very, very powerful in terms of like what we're all experiencing right now.
Absolutely. I mean, there's programs bringing in soldiers, which is beautiful. You don't have to kind of give them experience, also kind of talk about different things. I think it's very relatable, these days to kind of do that. And I think it's really nice to have that around as well. So that's great. So, let's talk. What's your situation this year? Are you going away this year? Are you staying home, or are you still looking for a program this year? What is your situation so far?
That's a great question. We are not committed yet to any particular program, so we're still free agents at the moment. We're available. We've had a few discussions, a few different variables. My parents also travel with us frequently. We have a few different things we're exploring at the moment. We very much hope to go somewhere. My kids very much want to go somewhere warm on an airplane. We'll see if that transpires or not, or if we stay local. But we definitely hope to have. I wanted to say one other thing. I've observed also, just for example, Hilit at Costa Rica. She's a rock star. I've been with her on cruises. At Royal Passover, also, like I see that these program operators, and these happen to be two that are Israeli, but happen to be that they're not just they're actually marshaling their clients to help support causes in Israel right now during the year.
Absolutely.
So it's not just like, oh yeah, like during the 8 days, like they're doing Israel stuff.
Right.
Like they're actually operators and proprietors who are leveraging their client base to support incredible initiatives in Israel right now.
Yeah.
Which it becomes like a full year, type of, you're part of this program. It's also very
unbelievable, powerful, and I love how, again, all of them are doing it under the radar. A lot of them are doing it under the radar. They're not, both, kind of putting it out there, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Can't do that. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been great. I think, this gives hopefully a lot of people something to think about, where they want to go, what they want to do when they get there, who they want to be with. And of course, it always comes down to price and budget and things of that nature. But I think to sum up, right, always narrow down choices of location, where you want to go in terms of location, have some level of budget in mind for you and your family. Of course, there's many different types of programs out there, different styles of programs, whether you want to be on a beach or whether you want to be more in an adventure and have a little bit more of excursions and things like that. And of course, programming entertainment is key as well, right? Who are they going to have? How long they've been around for? Um, Reviews. You can always check out reviews, and on PassoverListings.com, you can check out reviews on Passover Program Reviews Facebook group, the largest Facebook group of real people who've actually been on a program like yourself, David, that actually talks about different programs and their experiences in a constructive manner. So that's been really, really helpful for people to really get a better sense at. And of course, if you guys need any help, you can always reach out to us, passoverlistings@gmail.com. We're here to help you. It's a free service we offer every single year. And you know where to reach us. Thanks so much, Doug, for your time, and good luck this year, and we'll talk soon.
Pleasure. Okay. Thank you. Be well.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye.